Wow.
Not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Guys, we're back on the show. Welcome back to the podcast. This is a very special episode today. We are delighted to have Mr. Jason Fine joining the program. Jason, welcome.
It is an absolute treat.
We're very excited to have you on. It's going to be fun. We also have producer Marissa Dutton sitting in on the first episode in person. So this is great. This is going to be a lot of fun. Jason, Michigan guy, U of M guy.
Yep.
But we didn't know each other at Michigan, did we? Am I wrong in that?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think we really crossed paths, but I knew your name. I had heard of Jason Fine.
Interesting.
But I don't think we were never on a set or in a class together, to the best of my knowledge. Am I wrong there?
It's funny because some asshole's going to pull out like a photo and be like, actually, 272
They knew each other.
Klingerman. Yeah. It's fucking assholes, you know.
So we'll both pretend that it wasn't, even if it was.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy to have you here. And how are you doing? How are you feeling in your body, in your mind?
Life is good.
Yeah?
It was a terrific morning. I threw up cheesecake. I was running and I had a fattening night the night before and
A caloric night.
a caloric night full of gluttony. And
The best of the 7 deadly sins.
oh, of course. Shout out 7. But yeah, it was quite.
Wait, what did you do last night?
So I was in Old Pasadena.
Okay.
Caleb and I have been hitting the spots. Like,
Okay.
We were gonna go to Frogtown. Have you heard of Frogtown?
No, what's Frogtown?
I don't know, but it came up in the list, and then we looked it up, and it's just like a sewer with water, and that was just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we went to Old Pasadena. It was like an hour away, and I had never been to the Cheesecake Factory before.
Oh, nice.
And so we sat down, and we're like, we're just here to have cheesecake.
Okay.
We're not here for anything else.
Really? Because it's a big menu there. They've tossed
Oh
down
my
a
gosh.
novel on the table.
They
right?
have probably 40 to 50
Yeah,
different
so many items.
different cheesecakes alone, and so it was just a bit of a buffet
Yeah.
of cheesecakes.
Okay. So you feasted on some cheesecake.
And then we went to Prince Street Pizza.
Okay.
And then it's not done. And
Wait,
then we
you
were
did
like,
pizza after cheesecake?
this is what happens. I act like a 12-year-old because my mom's not here anymore to make me get
I
stuff.
could eat dessert first.
Oh, absolutely. I can have candy in the morning. I can have mint chocolate chip ice cream in the morning. It's like, so I just go crazy. There's no rules.
Yeah, sure. It's just who's gonna stop me?
No, that's precisely right. And then we were going to go get ice cream. Have you ever been to Salt and Straw?
Yes, actually, I have been.
So we were going to go to the Salt and Straw there, and then we were like, okay, we have to stop. This is too much.
Okay, so you had cheesecake, then pizza. Ice cream was on the mind.
It
and
was
you said,
definitely on the mind.
What are we doing?
And then those yogurts with like the M&Ms you pour in. It's like
Yeah.
and you swirl them.
Yes. Oh, I love those.
And then I went back, dipped my toe in those, and then I woke up this morning. I went to Layla Bagel in Santa Monica, and I got a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh
And then I was
God.
like, you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna run. And then I run at this park, and there's all these little kids with their ASOS soccer game going on during the weekend, and the parents were not thrilled.
Yeah, I thought you were probably hungover and shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call the cops or something. It was.
Do you run a lot? Are you a
I run
runner?
every day.
Okay, nice.
Or almost every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because to have that sound, you and Caleb do not seem like boys that would feast out like that
He
much.
eats a lot.
It's crazy.
Like,
to me.
yeah.
He's tiny.
He is tiny. You can put him in your pocket.
Yeah, you and now fan favorite Caleb White.
Oh my gosh.
are living together.
This has been a life-changing podcast. You could literally say that.
It's so funny because when I first got to LA, people would come on the show, and I had like a little running bit that I would say, because there was 3 or 4 guests in a row that like didn't have a job because it was like during the strike and shit, or right after the strike,
totally.
and they came on the show, and like within the week after the show they got a job. So I was joking around like, hey, if you come on the podcast, this is a great way to break into the entertainment industry. But like saying it as a complete joke. And then Caleb comes on the show, and somehow a word gets around to a talent manager or something, and now Caleb is repped.
Charlie is next. Charlie is next.
Dude, if I could be making money off this goddamn dog.
Well, we have some ideas that we're not going to share on the air
Let's go,
to make this happen.
Yes, dude. I like that. We have a lot to discuss idea-wise. But wait, I heard you were pretending to be Caleb's agent for
or
something. I don't know if we should or can't talk.
No, we
about
could
that.
talk about that. What was the? I've had to do it a few times. What was the moment in particular?
I don't know if we talked about it on pod, which is why I was hesitant. But it was like something, he was on a project and he like had to negotiate the terms of like what he was supposed to do in the project. And he was like, I'm just going to have my agent call them. The agent was you.
No, I just was like, this is Mike. We're not going to have a prosthetic penis on the set. He can't do that for his image.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
We got to protect the brand.
You know, you got to be very careful. This wasn't
That's
Boogie
good
Nights.
stuff.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, well let's fucking dig into it. I do have a segment planned for us that I think we're gonna love.
I'm very excited.
But I want to just chat because I'm very curious just to get to know about you. So let's start from the beginning. Figure out how you ended up on this couch. Where are you from?
I am from New York.
Okay.
Westchester County. It's like 40 minutes outside the city.
Okay. Have you met Justin Levine? Like, do you know Justin at all?
I know Justin. Like,
You can
what are we doing here?
Feel free to push her away anytime.
Hello. No, I want you to come closer. You're gonna hate me by the time this is done. But you know, like, be very careful. I have a very addictive personality.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you might get more attention than you ordered.
Yeah, exactly. I'm quite obsessive. But no, Justin, is he from Westchester?
Yeah, he's a Westchester
Okay,
boy.
I did not know that. I know of Justin. I think him and Ben are hysterical.
Yes, the funniest.
Caleb
Yeah.
has shown me like a bunch of their clips.
Yeah.
The Jay-Z one.
Oh, the 9/11 blueprint one.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
Oh my god. That's my favorite. That's like one of my favorite sketches, just bar none. Like,
It's like, you know, I think if I was in that position, there's tragedy, and there's ways to, you know, maybe to zone it out for a second when things get tough.
yes, dude, I fucking love that video.
Yeah.
Okay, but so you're from Westchester, and public school, private school,
Public school.
How big are we talking?
My grade was probably somewhere between like 250 to 300.
Okay, so about the same size as my school, and okay, Westchester, a lot of Jews, a lot of heavy
full of
Jewish
Jews.
population.
Oh my
okay,
gosh, yes.
nice.
Jews
I was
galore.
the only Jew at my school.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
so you're
it
like
was-
Steven Spielberg.
Literally, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It
was there
nuts.
like bagel bullying going on? Did you see the Fablemans?
I have not seen the Fablemans,
Okay.
and I know I need to, and I know I'll love
Please.
it. But I've heard, like, whenever I tell people that, like, people have been like, oh, like Fablemans.
Yeah.
And I've been like, I've heard about it. There was, because, like, word spreads fast when
Yes.
because most, like, pretty much everybody at my school had, like, never even met a Jewish person
Yeah.
or, like, seen one around. So word spreads fast when there's
Oh my
one
gosh.
around.
It's like Bigfoot.
Literally,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a mythical creature. So there's just like, I mean, there was bullying, but I was always like, whatever, dude. Like, it was never too bad.
Those
And
fuckers didn't get Hanukkah, right?
That's
Like,
what I was saying. Like, it was pretty easy to flex. Like, dude, 8 nights of presents.
did you get Rosh
Boom.
Hashanah off and stuff like that, or no?
No.
Oh,
no
you got
Jewish
fucked.
holiday. I
Okay,
know.
we got all the holidays
Because all
off.
my cousins lived in like Metro Detroit, and they
Yeah.
got all the Jewish holidays off. That was always
Maybe
a
your
bummer.
school was just anti-Semitic. There was no
Yeah,
Jews allowed, and you sneaked in.
That could have been it, honestly, if I really
You
think
just
about
you
it.
just snuck through the cracks, and then it was too late once they found out.
Ah,
'Cause
shit,
then-
he's a Jew? It's the blonde kid
Yeah.
with blue eyes named Hunter.
Yeah, please.
I don't think he's Jewish. Okay, so what was the name of your school?
It was Horace Greeley High School.
Horace Greeley. Who's Horace Greeley? Do you know?
He was a journalist. He was a
Okay.
Quaker. It's sort of
Sick.
stupid because our football team was called the
Quaker.
Quakers, and I don't think you could think of
Yeah.
a worse name for a
That's a
team. It's
tough
like,
name
You want to be
for a
friends with the fucking opponent, like, you know. So
Yes. Not one that strikes fear in the hearts of opposing
no, not at all.
squads,
So they're still working on getting that changed, but for
really,
now,
they're
still-
trying to. But at least it wasn't an offensive one, dude.
Yeah, that could like the Washington Commanders. you know.
Yeah. Well, we lived next to the school down the street from us was Paw Paw. Their name was Paw Paw. And they were the the Washington Commanders' old name was
The
their
Washington
name.
C words. Yeah.
They were the
Yeah.
Washington R words. They
Yeah.
were the Paw Paw R words until literally my senior year of high school when they changed to the Red Wolves instead.
Red Wolves is sort of dope. Though.
Red Wolves is kind of sick, yeah. And it made sense because they were already paw, like PAW.
Yeah.
So it was like, just, make it, be your mascot, something with a paw. Anyways.
Why is it always red though with the Detroit teams? Like Red Wings, like
Yeah, I don't know.
You're now a
I
Red
couldn't
State?
tell you. Dude, that's a zinger,
Bars,
dude.
bars,
That's
bars,
a
bars.
fucking zinger. I like it. Yeah, shit. I figured we would just skip news of the week this
Yeah.
week.
tough beat,
Yeah,
tough beat
it's
for
just
everyone
like,
involved.
dude, we'll try to get people's minds off it. Okay, so talk to me about Horace Greeley High School. Was it? Did you go to like kindergarten through high school?
No.
Okay.
That's like some New York City
Yeah,
rich
yeah.
kid shit.
Got
Like,
it. Got it.
No, I went to West Orchard Elementary School, and that
Okay.
was kindergarten through 4th grade.
Okay.
And then I very excitedly got promoted to
Okay.
Seven Bridges Middle School in 5th grade.
Nice.
And that was through 8th grade.
Okay.
And then Horace Greeley was 9 through 12.
All right. So, okay. And Horace Greeley, and what are you doing there? Like, when did you, because I know you as a like filmmaker.
Yeah.
Like, when does that get birthed? Are you
Definitely
like
not
always
there.
okay? Not in high school.
Definitely not there.
Okay, wait. So what are you doing in high school then? Are you playing sports? Are you running cross country? I know like to run.
I don't know what I did. I mean, no, like seriously, I might have just lagged out for 4 years.
Just blacked it out.
I don't, it's like such a shitty answer. I don't know. Like,
Were you a good student?
yes, that's
Yes,
the one
good in
thing
class.
I was a good student.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you doing like National Honor Society, Model UN, nothing like that?
I'm not someone who's like naturally smart. Like, you know,
Okay.
I'm not like a savant. I
Okay.
mean, some people, yeah.
Sure.
Like I had to work really hard to be a good student, but like I also wasn't throwing my life at that. But,
Right.
Like in
So
middle.
okay. So you come home from school and just like what? Play video games, hang out.
Yeah,
like,
I would play a lot of flag football in my front
Nice.
yard. I think.
Sick.
Yeah, this is sounding quite pathetic, isn't it?
I
I'd play flag football.
No,
I
that's
would.
dope.
I would. I would definitely see a lot of movies. I loved
Nice.
movies.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know what like being in the suburbs. There wasn't a ton
Yeah.
going on.
Right.
Or maybe I'm like I said, I was just a loser.
No, but I mean, no, not at all. It's like I did some extracurricular stuff, but most of my it was just counting the hours down until I could get out of school, and then it was just go hang out and just shoot the shit. And like I was making some videos, but you weren't doing video stuff yet, and you
Like-
weren't involved in theater or anything.
Oh no, definitely not.
No,
I mean,
no.
not as a shot. No. Definitely not as a shot.
Okay.
That just more for myself. Like,
Yeah, right.
they don't want me on the stage.
But I'm not
They
gonna
don't want me
bring
on the stage.
anything to this production.
Yes, I'm not. I'm a net negative. There.
Okay.
You know, I need to stay in my lane sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I did iMovie stuff. You know,
Cool.
where you could make these trailers back in
Yeah.
the day, and you'd have to like just get a medium shot.
Dude, the trailer template.
Yeah, the trailer template, and so
iMovie.
we definitely, my friends and I definitely did that a lot,
Nice.
and we'd have like wigs and costumes and stuff like that. But yeah, nothing like I wasn't like Steven Spielberg with like a Super 8 camera crashing trains into each other.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
like
right,
that
right.
just wasn't something I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
no big set pieces. Okay, so how does Michigan come into this picture?
I always wanted to go to Michigan. I was
Cool.
like Michigan obsessed because
Why is that?
I had a crush on Denard Robinson. I was like
Dude,
infatuated
fuck yes.
with Shoelace and
Oh
Roy
my
Roundtree and
God,
Devin
dude,
Gardner, Jeremy Gallon.
Oh, dude, Dennis
know,
Norfleet.
Oh my gosh.
You're scratching my itch. Wow,
Oh my gosh.
that's awesome.
Shout out Vincent. What was his last name? The guy that got fucked by Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Vincent Smith?
Yeah.
Even Vincent Smith.
Yeah. Oh, wait, okay, but how does that?
I saw Denard Robinson.
You saw the winged helmet? You saw
Yeah.
a Sports Center highlight of
You know,
him?
I used to be very embarrassed though. Like my grandma went to Michigan for 1 year, so I used
Okay.
to tell people, oh, because my grandmother went to
Nice,
Michigan
yeah,
and they had
right.
sports teams.
Right.
Because her father was an asshole. He was basically like, you guys can all leave Connecticut or New York for 1 year. You can go to any school you want, and then you have to come back.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
Weird.
so she went to Michigan for a year. She was the first class to ever live in Mojo.
Nice. Sick.
And then she had to go back, and she ended up going to NYU. It's
Okay, interesting.
yeah, sort of sucks.
It's like Rumspringa. So you're a Michigan fan always. So you're always thinking, wow, dude, that's so cool to me. I love that.
Yeah.
And so, like Michigan's number one on the list
It was
in high school.
by far.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was so obsessed with the teams, and then by the time I got to Michigan, I know we're skipping steps here.
Yeah.
Was not at all interested in the sports teams.
Really?
Barely followed them. Like I always
Okay.
knew what was going on.
Sure.
But maybe the magic just
well,
went
it
out.
just wear it off.
Yeah.
And we got some like Denard, like prime Denard was like, and then there was a pretty steady decline
Yeah.
into a point where it wasn't even worth
Those Harbaugh
watching
teams weren't
anything.
always good. you know?
No, the first 2 years of Harbaugh were up and down. But okay, so no, I think we got it. We can move on from high school. So you get to Michigan,
Yes.
your dream school. You get in. Where are you living?
I'm in South Quad.
Let's go South Quad. Before.
Were you in South Quad?
8th Thronson, baby.
I was Gomberg. So that would have been 6.
6. Okay, fuck yeah. Athletes on your floor?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
But nobody I can remember.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like around wrestlers and like rowers. And, they were cool. And gymnasts. I had gymnasts on my floor, which was interesting.
What was that? Were they like doing splits in the hallway or?
Well, they were all short, you know? They were like, well, except for one guy, Brandon Robinson, shout out. He was a good dude. He was like pretty tall, but then his roommate was a guy named Marcus, who was a cool dude, and he was like 5'3", but he was like the most jacked person, like like not like bulky, but like like I don't think he had I think he may have been 8% body fat, like completely shredded. And I did like I watched we went to because I was in Wolf Sports TV.
Yeah.
And we taped a gymnastics like meet one of the days, and it was incredibly impressive. I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for gymnasts. I mean, I don't know, but it was fun. Okay.
Did you befriend him?
I mean, we were friends. I was friends with Brandon and Marcus, just in that like we knew each other's names, and when we saw each other in the hallway, we'd like give a nod.
Yeah.
We played 2K probably in one of our dorms a couple times, and I think we probably still follow each other on Instagram, but never like.
That'd be great if he unfollowed you.
Yeah, I was thinking he may have, dude, because I was Mikey. I don't mean to flex, but Mikey Sainer still followed me for a couple years on Instagram.
What happened? What was the breakup?
I don't know, because I interviewed him in Wolf Sports when he was a freshman, and then he lived in my neighborhood, and I had Charlie, and he had a very cool dog, and so we would see each other walking our dogs sometimes, and we would have like pleasant chats. He's a very nice guy, and I kind of just thought like. You know, he's like pretty short, and obviously
a lot of short people in your life the first few years. The gymnast, Sanders drill.
Well, Marcus was actually short. Sanders still was probably like a little taller than me, obviously. Short for a football. I mean,
everyone sounds like they're like Elfsberg, you know, they're like 5'4", 5'3", you know.
That's a funny observation.
Yeah.
And I have noticed that like one of the first things that I do, like when I'm describing somebody to somebody else, like tall or short or like my height will be like one of the first adjectives I used to describe.
Yeah.
And people will be like, that doesn't tell me anything about who that person is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just in my head. But I guess the point I was making there was that like I never really kind of expected him to, like he was always a solid football player for us, but then you know, I graduated, he had another year left, and then in that last year when he switched to defense, he turned into like one of the best players in the country, which was very cool to see. And so I was very hyped because I knew he was going to get drafted, and I, you know, not to flex again, already have a couple other Michigan alumni that I interviewed that were following me. So I was like, I'm gonna have 3 or 4 NFL players following me. And then like a week after draft night, I went to check his following list, and he like purged all of his followers from college. So I lost that one. I have a sound effect for that, I think. Oh, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
But you know what?
It was a bummer. We'll get him back one day.
We'll get him back.
Yeah, once the pod blows
beef.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, never any beef,
Never.
dude. I love, man, Mikey pulled it down, dude. He delivered that natty, so we can't be mad at him. All right, let's get back.
I love that we spent 2 minutes talking about that.
Okay, so you're at Michigan, you're a freshman, but you don't know you want to do film yet.
So basically, I was in an econ class, and I was so miserable. The class was like 400 people. It was like in one of those, I don't even remember the building name, but it had like giant red and blue windows. And I was like, I can't do this.
This
I'm
fucking
not doing
sucks.
this.
Who taught that class? Was it Justin Wolfers?
It was one of those fuckers. I
Okay.
mean, but
Did he
I
have
was
an
only
Australian accent by chance?
Well, I don't. This is the thing. It was only the first. It was only the first class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was only the first class.
And you're like,
and I
fuck this.
sprinted to the dorm, and I was like, I need to take something else. I need to take
Out
something
of
else.
this shit.
And I started scrolling through the class list, and
Wow. And this is first semester freshman year.
it was like the first day.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was already ready to leave. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can take screenwriting as a class.
Yeah.
And
Sick.
I somehow lied to the professor at the time. I think his name was Daniel Tice. Well,
Yep.
first I tried to
Yeah.
get into 423 because I didn't know what I was doing.
Sure.
I emailed Jim Bernstein. This is actually really funny. Jim Bernstein's like, this is the most annoying motherfucker ever. But I emailed Jim Bernstein, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to work really hard. I think you need to put me in 423.
Let me skip the line.
Let me skip all of the classes, and I'm just going to go right to 423. And he basically sent me like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely
you
not.
So then I tried to take 310. Because I was like,
Okay.
I want to. I kept wanting to skip steps. I think that's just a very common theme in my life. I'm a very impatient person. And then Thornton was like, "No, you're not. That's not happening either."
No. Yeah.
And so then I got to 210, which was full, but a very nice professor named Daniel Tice said, "Okay, show up the first day, and if there's room, we'll let you stay."
Okay.
And then like that, cue montage, right?
Nice. Yeah, there we go. Then we're off and
We're
running.
off and
Okay, so
running.
it clicked for you right away.
Absolutely.
You liked it there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what kind of cuz I know you did a lot of productions. Were most of those independent of class?
Definitely. I mean, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I think Michigan has a really terrible production program.
Interesting.
Like if you want to learn the nuts and bolts of production, you got to do it yourself. I think we have a phenomenal writing program, like a really good writing program, and then we have a really shitty post-production program. And I think it's just something that needs to get better. It costs a lot of money, right, to have a good production program. And I'm not even talking about the cameras. It just has to do with like the classes and what we're offering, giving people more opportunities. So I had to. I sort of feel like do independent productions, but I also did a few for sure, like taking 300 and those types of classes.
Right. So let's talk about these independent productions because I want to hear about these because these are what I became aware of Jason Fine. This is how I.
Oh jeez.
Talk to me about Bernays.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to me about that one first.
So that we shot in May of the year we graduated. So that would be 23.
Okay.
I have been fascinated my whole life with this man named Edward Bernays. He is Sigmund Freud's uncle, or nephew, excuse me. And he basically changed the way marketing worked in America. Like they used to, if you wanted a Ford, right, you'd sell the Ford based off like, oh, it has great gas mileage. And Bernays was like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah. We're
going to put like a sexy woman on the car. We're going to make it bright red, sort of using Freud's ideas of psychoanalysis to, put into mainstream marketing. Yeah. So I was just floored by that.
Yeah.
And so that was sort of the inspiration for that.
Okay. And so that was how long was that? The production and the actual film length.
So the film length is probably around 12 minutes.
Okay.
And then the production was only 4 days.
Okay.
I mean, if you asked anyone on that set, they'd say it was probably the most painstakingly upsetting 4 days of their life. But
and why would they say that?
I like to do a lot of takes.
Okay. You're a bit of a Kubrick style director.
Unfortunately. Oh, I don't want to put that name in there, but that's just like saying Bloody Mary.
You think you're a bit of a perfectionist though?
I wouldn't say that, but the people around me probably would.
How would you describe yourself?
Well, you want to get it right. You don't want to just like, but I was really grateful. I actually heard MJ just moved out here. Shout out MJ Johnson. Yes. Love MJ. MJ would just look at me at the end of every day. You'd get the like MJ mean mug.
I know that MJ
and
look.
She was like, I'm not fucking doing
we're
this.
Done.
When I say we're done, I don't care who's the director. And I mean this in the most endearing way possible because you need people like this in your life.
MJ is the best.
So that's usually when production would stop. It wouldn't be when I said we were done. It would be when MJ said we were done.
We're pulling the plug on this.
I'm not pulling focus any longer. My hand hurts and I'm going insane.
And I'm tired. Yeah.
So that's how that sort of works.
Sick. Okay, and then what was the film? You made a film that my college roommate actually appeared in briefly.
Who is your college roommate?
Asa Huffaker. I don't know if you would know him by name. But
that's Bernays.
That was Bernays.
That was Bernays.
Where there's like a farm. There was like a farmer's revolt.
Exactly.
Okay.
No way. That is really funny.
Yeah. Did you because Asa knew Mackenzie from somewhere. And then Asa and Charlie.
they sort of mean mugged Caleb Diego at one point in the scene. It's actually really. I love the scene. They both brought in Carhartt jackets. We had to cover up the logo a little bit.
Right.
Because it can't, it's 1910.
Right.
Carhartt. Well, maybe it was. I don't know.
But they're not looking like that. Yeah.
We got some dirt on their face. Toughened them up. And then they gave Oscar.
How would you grade Asa's performance as an actor? Do you think he has any sort of shot as making?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He had great form.
Yeah, he's
great facial
got
techniques.
An interesting face, right?
Very interesting.
You want to just capture that face.
Oh my! It's like a little photogeny, right? Shout out, Mr. Klingerman.
Nice term, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I like that. Okay, so and then what else? What other ones did you make? Because I know didn't you make one that was longer?
Yeah, so feature, which I'm still working on. That we shot in New York.
Okay.
That was over 28 days.
Okay.
Once again, I think if you asked anyone on the cast or crew, they'd tell you
long month.
Long month to be in New York. People were ready to go home for sure. But yeah, that was definitely a good experience in terms of like you're not ever gonna be able to just shoot for 28 straight days when you're in college, right?
Right.
And so you learn so much from that,
right?
Especially like afterwards when you're putting it together.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then, geez, yeah. I bet the next thing you do after that, you're just like, oh, this is fucking easy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, because it was Bernays, and you just like, okay, well, actually, having production value does matter. It's not just about having the best camera or having the best lens and like having people to work on costumes and makeup. There's a reason those departments exist. It's not just for, nominal purposes.
Right. Yeah. It enhances it. You can tell so easily when that stuff has been involved. Like,
Absolutely.
It's just night and day difference. And then that film festival.
Oh, yes.
What was that?
So we did.
Talk to me about this.
So I was like, oh, this would be great to do a screening like of Bernays once we finish it. And then someone's like, well, that's super narcissistic. And I was like,
really?
Well, fine, we'll put a bunch of other films in. No.
I don't think. First of all, I don't think it's narcissistic to want to screen your film after you make it.
Well, and so we did have other films in there, not for that reason, because I thought it would be great. There was people obviously shoot a lot at the end of the year, and it was really difficult because the strike was going on, and the big film we were going to show was Andrew Autry's Becoming BFA.
Right.
And one of the actresses in the film was SAG. And so I was told, as lame as this sounds, that SAG-AFTRA was going to come after this event if this was screened, because, you know, that's what they were looking at. You know, Fran Dresner had problems with us.
You don't want to pick a fight with the unions before this career even gets started.
Fran's a tough cookie. So, you know, unfortunately that film was not able to screen.
Damn.
But we had to, they were going to bring like 100 people. And so you have Hunter like 150 empty seats in this place. the place, it cost $10,000 to do this. And so like the money had to come from somewhere. So we're like freaking the fuck out. We're like handing out flyers on the streets. Like,
please
it, like everything, we broke even barely. Like, but like that was horrifying.
Yeah, so. I bet. Oh my God, that would be because you put that festival on, right?
Yeah, and it was at the sick venue. It was at the Museum of the Moving Image.
Right.
But
so
yeah,
cool.
Very,
but
very
oh my
scary.
God, to not only because there's a decent amount of stress involved just with screening your film that you made to a bunch of strangers in a festival, and then to compound that with the stress of running the festival itself and having something go extremely
people
wrong.
Are literally like to me, dog, I'm flying out from Michigan, I'm flying out from California, and I'm like, fuck, I really got to fill this thing up.
Make this happen.
And like my film, meanwhile, isn't even done. We reshot part of it in July. Like I fly back out to Michigan and we shoot in the Pendleton Room, and so like actively while all this chaos is going on, my film did not finish until maybe 45 seconds before I had to give in. And the fucking people there are never going to let me ever screen a film there again.
You were not
like I remember they said to my friend Vaughn, who was an MBA at Ross, he was like in a stage like, you need to handle the rest of the night. We can't let the children be running around. So I'm probably not allowed back there.
We got our memories with the Museum of the Moving Image.
Exactly.
We'll see you guys in the future.
We'll see. Well, I don't know about
distant
the very
future.
distant future. Once a few of them have gone on to a better place.
No, one day they'll be begging to have you back.
Oh man, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Okay, so then so that was Bernays at
that was Bernays.
the festival, and then the feature.
We're
comes
still
after.
working on.
We're still working on the feature. Okay, and then graduate Michigan, and then where do you go after graduation?
So I move out to
New York.
So 2 months. So like August, let's say, basically the premiere happened.
Okay.
And then I moved to Marina Del Rey.
Got it.
Strike's going on.
Yes.
And I'm jobless.
Yeah.
I'm very jobless. When did you move out here?
Around the same time.
Okay.
I got here at the very end of July.
Okay, so you were out here a little earlier than I was.
Yeah, a couple weeks, yeah.
And did you have anything in pocket?
Nothing, dude. Well, I had like some graduation money coming out here that like the drive out and then like buying shit when I first got here, like, oh fuck, I have like not a ton of money left. And then I was like, hey, I was like using the strike as like it's
a great excuse for the parents.
Yeah, nobody's got a job.
Yeah.
Like fuck, it's a strike and like I'm picketing, like let's go. And then I joined a kickball league because my
so
roommate
cool.
Ryan had been playing like intramural kickball or whatever, and we got a friend of mine from like kindergarten through high school, or like a guy that I went to kindergarten through high school with that became a friend, and then also had worked with Ryan in the influencer realm. Tommy Unold, he had just fired his editor. And he heard us talking at kickball about how like me and 4 of the other people didn't have a job. And he was like, I just fired my editor. He was like, do you want to edit TikToks for me and Snapchats? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I got nothing going on.
You played a little hard to get at first. You're like, I have some other options. But
well, and it's embarrassing. And we talked about this a little bit on when he came on the podcast. Because when he started, because he like blew up hard when we were like seniors in high school. And I don't know if I would say I didn't like outwardly or publicly shit on his stuff, but I never downloaded TikTok, and I always kind of felt like TikTok content's not really, it's not like what I love really. But I always thought it was like Tommy has been grinding hard since he started, and I always respected his work ethic. And he's always been a very nice, decent, good guy to me. But I was like, I think I had been on record on a podcast that I had in high school, and also to my friends and family being like, I'm never gonna fucking work. I'm never like whatever happens. I'll never work in TikTok, dude. I'll fucking pack it up and move home before I work in TikTok.
And then cut to.
It was a completely young and naive and dumb thing to say because literally as soon as Tommy was like, "Do you want to edit for me part time?" I was like, "Yes."
Oh my! So did you put though like kickball squad leader on LinkedIn? Like, what did you have for the space in between?
Well, so that was only because I got here in July, graduated in April.
Yeah.
Moved here in July. Start working for Tommy in like October.
Okay.
So really, I didn't put anything.
But you kept with the kickball.
Did I keep playing kickball? Well, actually, what happened was I tore my ACL meniscus
From kickball?
and fractured it. And I was playing pickup basketball the day before our kickball season started.
Dog.
I blew out my entire knee and tried to play in the kickball game the next day. Was not happening. Didn't get surgery on it for like there was like 3 months where I was like, I probably just sprained it. Like, it was completely.
That's
like,
crazy.
I should have known. Dude, it was in hindsight pretty wild that I was literally just fucking around on a knee that had no structural integrity whatsoever. So I did not really. I first base coached our kickball team.
Still very admirable.
Yeah, we got to the championship game and lost. I don't know if we're gonna play again this year, but we might. Yeah, and then I worked as long as he was able and wanted to keep me around. I worked for Tommy until I shot to the next thing. What were you doing when you got to Marina Del Rey with nothing? Yeah,
it was a great excuse.
Yeah. The strike was
like a great excuse. My parents at first were like, "We understand. We'll help out a little." Like,
right.
And I was really fortunate.
Yeah.
And then like that lasted like a month, and then they're like, "You have to fucking get a job.
Go do something."
And I've been interviewing and shit. I had like this sick writer's assistant interview, which was like insane. The guy was crazy. Like he pulled out my screenplay and started reading it on a giant television.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then fell asleep. And I just sat there.
You're like, should I wake him up? Like,
and
what?
He's like, and then he just woke him. He's like, "Dog, I have narcolepsy." Like,
holy shit!
Like he was he's like, the shit's not. He's like, because I was horrified. I was like, "My shit's that bad." Like,
so
I was like, "I don't think that's true." and he's like, "It's not bad," or he didn't say it wasn't bad. He's just like, that my reaction had nothing to do. I have narcolepsy.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, and it was like a pretty like. I don't think you and I hadn't known him before, but he had a first look deal with Netflix.
Okay.
His name is David something,
okay.
And yeah, it was quite bizarre. He kept bringing in his assistant to ask me like what my Gemini or my
star
sign was, and she's so like he'd be like, "Hey, yo, Jennifer, come in here," and then Jennifer would come in, like, and this poor woman was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
What month were you born?
And he goes. And so he goes, "What month were you born?" And I'm like, "April." And he goes, "So you an Aries?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he goes to Jennifer. He looks at Jennifer. I fucking kid you not. He looks at this one. He goes, "Ever date an Aries?" And she looks at me, and then she looks at him and goes, "I'll tell you about it later." And then I knew I wasn't getting the job, and that was it.
I think it's probably for the best. You didn't work there.
It was fucking crazy.
That
it was one of the craziest things that ever happened in my life.
That's so funny. That's a great story, though.
It's a great story.
Have you ever been around someone with narcolepsy before?
No.
That's like.
Have you?
No, dude. And I've always been, because I read there used to be a book. Marissa, help me out here. What was it was like it was like something society or like something academy, and it was like 4 kids that were like ultra intelligent and they lived in like a foster home type thing. You never read this book? Yeah. What was that book called? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
I wonder if David was in that.
That's why we have Marissa here.
Oh my gosh, that was a pull. That was absolutely a pull from the top fucking rope.
That was awesome. And the headmaster of the home has narcolepsy, and that was the first time that I read or consumed anything about narcolepsy. And I was like, how is that? There's no way that's real. That you just are going about your everyday life, like completely normal, and then you go from normal to sleeping.
I mean, it was
just crazy.
It was fucking crazy. This motherfucker, he had a television that went from the top of the ceiling to the bottom to the floor, right. And he had terrible eyesight. So he was reading my screenplay out loud, having Jennifer scroll down for him, like maybe like 3 inches from the television, like his nose was hitting the TV.
Oh my God.
And then he just stopped. He stopped, and there was like 3 minutes of silence, and it was just crazy. And then he just went back to reading it again.
He's like, sorry, I fell asleep.
He's like, yeah, sorry, man, I'm not going.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
So that happened, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So so that chat doesn't end up panning out.
That does not pan out. And luckily, it was like in fucking Woodland Hills. It was very fun.
Yeah, and that sounds like it would have been a very strange.
It would have been so strange.
Working environment.
But I got all these interviews my first week,
Yeah.
like pretty good
Wow,
interviews,
that's
stuff like
nice.
that. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna be so fucking easy. And I just got fucking lucky. It was the week.
Yeah, right.
And so I don't get anything. And then Martin, do you know the actor Martin Starr?
Yeah,
He was in Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, and Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So his mother is also an actress, and she
Okay.
was looking to hire an assistant. And so I went in there, I interviewed, and I was like very jaded at this point.
Okay.
And I was like, I gave a great interview, but I don't know. I didn't have, they all like all these entry level jobs, they have other requirements, right? They're not really entry level.
Right.
And I didn't get it. And then, but I sent her like a really nice note back.
Nice.
This is why it's important to send nice notes even when things don't go your way.
Right. Thank you notes
For the kids.
every time.
Yes,
For the people
exactly.
listening.
And the person she had hired had quit.
Nice.
And she was like, do you still want the job? And I was like, well, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I basically was just doing that
Okay.
until March.
Okay.
And then I started working at CAA.
Okay.
But that was a crazy period of my life. A lot of uncertainty.
Right, dude. Every day is like, I
mean, you
know
like,
what's gonna happen here.
What's next? Like, it was fucking insane.
It's crazy waking up every day just being like, we'll fucking see.
I'm working for this 73-year-old woman who, like,
yeah, dude.
like there was a point in my life where I was like, I think I'm only interacting with women who are in their 70s and above. I think that's just my life.
Geriatric women.
Yeah, and it was just like
That takes a toll on you a little bit.
Definitely, it's like am I subscribing to Bluetooth? Like, and I love her. She's great.
You were basically doing tech support.
Yes, I was basically doing a lot of the job, and she, like I said, very nice. I still speak with her, but
Cool. Was she working a lot?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
she's been acting her whole life.
Cool.
She's like the guest lead you'd see in an NCIS episode,
Gotcha,
right?
yeah.
Like that type of shit.
Yeah.
And so it would be helping her with her tapes, and then it would be like, so how do I get this ad off Instagram? And I'd be like, you can't. And she'd be like, what do you mean I can't? Make it go away. Like stuff like that. I mean, the Bluetooth one was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that
I was
is
like,
hilarious.
I told her to chill on that one, but
you can't be saying shit like that.
yeah, I was like, you're gonna get shot.
They're gonna put you down.
They're gonna come after you. Like anybody, because you would answer those calls you get from like the random phone operators.
Oh,
and then
no.
I'd be like,
Yeah, no.
and all of a sudden there'd be these giant packages at the house with like rocks and oils and like, be like, we have to return this.
You have to
This
stop
is-
her from like giving her social security number to some
Oh my
guy
gosh,
on the phone or whatever.
it was no good. But yeah, that's what I basically did
It
for
makes me
about 6
laugh.
months. Yes,
And then you got to CAA, and you're
Yes.
liking CAA.
I love CAA.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
great. Very intense.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing experience so far.
Do you see yourself doing being an agent? No. You want to make movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, I love it, dude. I feel like we're pretty up to speed, right?
I think we're totally up to speed.
Well, I got a segment for us to play.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let me get my Seltzer, my Polar Seltzer.
Yeah, that's nice.
Has
I've never
anyone
had a
brought
Polar.
Has anyone brought a Seltzer before?
We've not had anyone go seltzy on the show, dude.
Okay.
I like that you're doing it though. What
No
do
one
you-
else can do it now.
What's your? Do you go sparkling over still like
Oh.
regularly?
Well, like I don't like Perrier, if that's what
Okay,
you're asking.
yeah.
I'm like I only like Polar Seltzer.
Okay, what's special about that?
There's nothing special about it.
And that's just original, so that's
I have
unflavored.
terrible taste, but I will tell you, my roommate is now hooked on this. It's
Caleb.
like, yep, it's
Okay.
it's heroin. It's for us. Like
Yeah,
some
once you
people,
start
like I don't
drinking it.
drink, I don't do drugs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just have Polar original
Yeah, just
seltzer. Like
slam
we will go to
seltzers.
Target and we will buy like I'm not fucking kidding you, like 12 to 14 cases. And the lady at the checkout line is like, "You're taking everything we have," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, this is just how it's
I'm
gonna be."
fucking thirsty.
It's my vice. So yeah, definitely retire this in the banners for drunk.
They're hanging your fucking banner up,
Yeah,
dude.
please.
Do you? Because like seltzer's a nice thing to have just because 0 cal. I like
Oh.
that as a thing to binge drink, as
Especially
opposed
after
to
my
this.
night,
Yeah, after
previously.
your cheesecake night last
Yeah.
night. Do you get a lot of burps off that thing?
Normally no, but this morning yes.
Yeah. Again, big night.
A big night.
Big
Big night. It was a big
cheesecake
night for me.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find some royalty-free music we can play while we do this.
Oh, this is great.
Welcome to the Jason Fine Super segment. Let me turn that down a little more. It's a fun song, though. So, Jason, here's the deal, man. I was trying to think of a segment for us to do.
Yeah.
Let me turn it down just a little more. I'm sorry. I think that's about right. I was thinking about what to do, and most of my segments revolve around a pun of somebody's name.
Okay.
Or, like, when, you know, Sienna Peterson?
Yeah.
So she's notoriously redheaded. So, you know, it's we did Redhead Rampage. So it's very surface level. It's very, I don't do much digging under the surface. And I was thinking, okay, Jason Fine. Well, Fine rhymes with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I fucking spit out like 8 or 9 different ideas to Marissa. And Marissa was like, she spit a couple back at me. And I was like, you know what? These are all fucking great segments. Let's do them all.
Oh, I'm so
we're
down.
gonna do the Jason Fine Super segment, and we're gonna go rapid fire here. We can take if we really like one, we can you know,
Keep it
spend
going.
as much time on it as we want. Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready to roll.
The first one is Jason's Finds. So this, I want you to tell me just a couple things that you find not really good or bad, but just kind of fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like indifferent?
Yeah, just like it's fine. Like for me, it would be like pork chops, or like just fine to me.
I'm gonna get fucking hated on this.
I
one.
love it.
Let's do it. SNL. It's fine.
Just fine.
It's
Oh,
fine.
no, that's
It's
great.
fine.
That's great.
Sorry. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just fine. Okay, that's good. That's Jason's Fine is SNL. Okay, next we have Finds. What have you found lately? Have you found any like good spots or like special treats? Polar Seltzer is a nice
Polar
find.
Seltzer always. Cupcake Little Bites are
Okay,
amazing,
nice.
or birthday cake flavor.
Okay.
Love Superman ice cream, which is actually
Nice,
founded in
yeah.
Michigan. I'm rolling here.
Yeah, dude,
Well, now
keep
I'm not,
going.
but,
Keep giving me some finds.
The AMC Century City is officially the best movie theater.
Oh, nice,
Yes,
nice,
okay.
nice.
Fuck. What about you?
Hunter's Finds. Egg Tuck breakfast burritos
Okay.
are the fucking best. Giada chicken parm sandwiches. Holy fucking
Venice?
God, good lord. I think there's one in Venice. There is also one on, I want to say, Santa Monica Boulevard in Hollywood. It's my favorite sandwich.
ready for
in the
this?
city, yeah.
I hear everyone loves that place.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine?
I think it's fine.
Giada's
I've had
a
it several
fine
times.
find.
It's fine.
Wow.
Sorry to piggyback to.
Have you had Mamie's?
My friend literally just brought that up to me. The other
Yeah.
day.
Ben was showing me TikToks of it, and it was an incredible looking Italian style.
We'll go live
sandwich.
there next time.
We will.
Yes.
Oh, dude. So we went to go, and the line was around the
Oh my
block.
gosh.
Finds lines. Don't get me started, dude. It's coming up. Sorry, hold on. Gotta get the music back up. Okay, that's Finds. Next is Finds Mind. What are you thinking right now?
About the store, the sandwich store.
Okay, that's good.
I'm comprehending what I'd get it. What I'd even get that.
Yeah. Finds Lines. Guess this movie line.
Oh, let's do it. I'm
Life
so
is
pumped.
like a box of chocolates.
Forrest Gump. Keep going. Let's do this.
Why so serious?
Joker. Or Dark Knight. excuse
Dark
me.
Knight. Oh, we'll give it to you. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Few good men.
Marissa, do you have any?
Go.
No, it's too much. It's too much.
Okay. Oh fuck! I should have wrote more. I kind of thought.
Wait, can we
it'd
do
be funny.
inverse? Can
Yeah,
I give you
please,
some now?
Please, give me some.
I'm a
Finds
star.
lines.
I'm a big fucking star.
I'm a star. I'm a big fucking star.
Boogie Nights. Dirk Diggler. Have you
yeah.
seen Boogie Nights?
I saw it as a very stoned 16-year-old.
Oh, that must have been amazing. You have I have that exact book right behind you.
Which book?
The PTA Masterworks.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh my gosh.
that's Justin's. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Do I have any other ones?
Please, I'm a star.
What'd you say?
Please, I'm a star.
Please, I'm a star.
That's a different movie than what he just
Yeah.
said. Is that from one of the Mia Goth movies?
Oh,
Maxine. X. What's the fucking last one? I don't know what the last one is. Men? Boys? What's it called? Pearl. Okay.
Wow.
Anybody else have any more Finds lines? We can move on.
Wait. The skates don't come off.
That's got to be Blades of Glory.
No, Boogie Nights again.
Ah, fuck me. This one is Finds Swines.
Interesting.
That's it.
I wasn't sure if we were doing like a Nardwuar thing where like you just freeze at the end. It's like
Okay, the next one is Finds Rinds. Fuck, marry, kill, orange rind, lemon rind, or pork rind.
what's a rind?
It's like the skin. It's like the skin of a fruit or
Okay, so I have
or a
orange,
snack. Yeah.
apple,
Orange, lemon, and pork.
lemon, and pork.
Yeah.
I'd fuck pork. I'd fuck the shit out of pork.
Awesome.
And then I'd marry lemon. No, marry orange.
Ooh.
No, marry lemon. No, orange.
Okay.
And then I'd kill lemon. I'd kill lemon. Yeah.
See, I would marry lemon because you put that in your garbage disposal and run the garbage disposal. It gets rid of any nasty smells in your garbage
See, this is why they pay you the big bucks.
Thank you.
I don't think
Thank
about
you.
those things. I don't think about those things.
Fines times tables. 1 times 8.
8,
2 times 8.
16. This is going to go really badly in a
3
second.
times 8.
20, 24,
4 times 8.
32,
5 times 8.
40,
6 times 8.
48,
7 times 8.
56,
8 times 8.
64,
9 times 8.
72,
10 times 8.
80,
11 times 8.
88,
12 times 8.
96.
Very good. And the last one, Marissa, I need something. Give me a piece of yarn or something, or one of those cords over there. Yeah. That'll work perfectly. This last segment is fine binds. So you gotta tie me up.
There should be like a timer on this.
Yeah, I know.
This isn't going to turn into a sexual thing.
No, not yet. You did it!
Woo! That was
Double
great.
bound.
That was electrifying.
That was a lot of fun.
That was electric.
Damn, I didn't think about how. I didn't think about
Do you need to be untied?
binding. Not yet.
Okay.
I am gonna have to soon. Dan, did you like that segment?
That was great.
That was fun. That was actually a lot of fun.
I'm just going to start doing that to people in general now. I'm going to go home. I'll tie Caleb up. I'll go to work. I'll tie my boss up.
You'll be
I'll be like, I did it on the podcast. It'll be like, what podcast?
You send him a link,
Yeah.
and then who knows? It'll probably lead to you getting a very lucrative job in the entertainment
Oh my gosh,
industry.
right? me and all the other wonderful executives out there who tie people up.
Well, we're coming up on an hour of internet radio, Jason. I mean, I know we've had light preliminary discussions about certain projects. I don't know.
I
if
think
you
I saw a
wanna talk
Deadline
about
article
those.
or two, sort of looming out
There's
there.
buzz, dude. There's
Hunter
buzz in the
Davidson in
industry
talks
to sign on.
to sign on.
To be packaged in the next thing. Do you want to talk about it? at
Sure.
all?
Which one do you want to talk about? I feel like I've flown a
Yes.
few out there. You gave me a
Yes.
lot of segments. I give you a lot of movie
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah.
That's sort of our dynamic.
Well, I mean, I just told you that like I would, carte blanche would sign on to any project that you throw my way that allows me to act.
That's my dream. I want to
Yeah.
do. I said this to Caleb the other day because we were watching Punch Drunk Love. I said that's what we got to do with
Yeah.
Hunter, because I want to do like something buddy cop related.
Yeah.
I mean, the Club Chalamet thing. Would you play Club Chalamet?
That's the guy that runs the
woman.
the woman that runs the that runs the Stan account.
I am obsessed with her.
Okay.
Have you? How much? First off, how much do you know about her?
I see like lore sometimes on Twitter about it, but I've never done a full
There
deep dive.
are theories. Have you seen the movie Trap?
Yes.
There are theories that the Timothy Chalamet lookalike competition
Was
was
a
set up
trap
by the
situation.
FBI
Whoa.
to try to lure Club Chalamet there so they could arrest her.
Whoa.
She has takes on who he dates. For example, it cannot be Kylie Jenner because she doesn't like Olive Garden, and
Timothy
Timmy's a
loves
big
that.
Olive Garden guy. So I don't know how she knows that.
Interesting.
And she's a mad woman, but
Okay.
in all the best ways. She was supposed to be working in the Twin Towers the day of 9/11, but she had a gut feeling that she shouldn't be there.
She's like 40?
She's 57 actually. Simone is 57. I know so much about this woman. She has a Reddit. She created her own forum. It's just amazing
So
stuff.
you want me to play a 57-year-old woman?
Yes.
I'll do it.
Okay. That's all I wanted to
happily
hear.
do it. Wait, why does the FBI want to get Club Chalamet? They just
I
think
think she's
a
into some-
suspect.
There's some weird
She's a
shit
fucking
going on over there.
suspect.
You know, and she acts like she's part of her team. She'll go to the AMC Burbank and she'll be like, "Thank you so much, Warner Brothers, for putting up a complete unknown banner with the AMC." And they're like,
You don't know him.
"You don't know him? You don't work for Warner Brothers? You don't work for AMC? Why are you posting about this?"
Sit down.
So I've been
Interesting.
quite
Okay.
obsessed.
Well, that sounds interesting. So it would just be like a biopic about her.
Well, I think it would be, she's actually, in this alternate reality, she's
Okay.
very concerned about Timothy's safety. She hears
Okay.
that he's going to the event, and she wants to make sure no one's going to be, doing anything
Interesting.
weird.
Okay.
God, So
Okay,
you sort of,
okay, I got
you,
you.
you sort of are like looking out for him.
Okay.
Even though that was not requested. So it's a road trip. It would be a road trip movie with your partner Roberta, who would be played by Caleb Andrew White. And it would be. And it would just
It'd be White Chick style.
Oh my God! We could have 1,000 Miles playing. We could have Terry Crews in there. Terry Crews would make a cameo in like when you're
we
going
do
through
have
Arizona.
a Terry Crews connection.
Okay, how is that?
So Sienna works at 3 Arts
Yep.
for his manager, and then she got me and our buddy Matt Snell temp jobs at Terry Crews' production company for a couple days.
What's it called?
Super Duper Serious. That thing right there, that's a Terry Crews signed comic book, and we got that poster on the wall up there from Super Duper Serious.
Is there a better moment in cinema history than when White Chicks when 1,000 Miles plays?
It was like, certainly when you're like a 7th grader, that's
Yes.
the funniest thing you could ever imagine. That, Step Brothers, and any Will Ferrell movie is like, we've peaked as comedy.
It's funny
goes.
though, because I think I'm sort of stunted in my growth because I show people that scene now, and they're like, I'm like expecting like, huh? It's gotta be really funny, right? And
that great?
they're like, no,
Like, whatever.
It's like when you like watch those YouTube parodies of like "Love the Way You Lie," right? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so funny to you,
Yeah.
and then you show someone else, and they're
You're
like,
like, this, I should
"This
not.
actually might even be a little racist and misogynistic." Why are you laughing?
Why are we doing this?
Yes.
Okay, and then all right, we'll get Terry Crews on this film.
Great.
The other film was about like an influencer that gets caught up in a drug deal.
Oh, the aquarium. Yes. Yes, that would be very fun. Well, that, and then we have our Grimace film.
The Grimace film.
Where we're gonna shoot that in Mexico.
Okay, what's that?
Are you ready to go to Mexico?
Dude, my bags are packed.
I think I said this to you. I'm ready to do for Grimace what Greta Gerwig did for Barbie.
Whoa.
Yes.
That sounds sick. Can I hear any more?
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. No, that's perfect.
And then we'll get sued by McDonald's, and it will
Yeah.
be lovely.
Or they'll be like, maybe these boys can make some commercials for us.
Maybe they can make some burgers.
Maybe these boys can flip some
Burgers.
burgers for us. I love it, and dude,
We'll make it happen.
Literally, I'll clear my schedule. I work remote. Like,
I'm jealous.
I know it is nice, dude.
Yes.
I wake up at like 11 o'clock and just hang out in the apartment all day doing work. So I can go anywhere whenever we need
We'll
to.
get Mood Dang in that bitch.
We'll get Mood Dang.
Yeah.
We'll get.
I
Mood
am Mood Dang obsessed. CW
that's
does not like
awesome.
Mood Dang. It's very upsetting. He wants to cook Mood Dang and eat Mood Dang for dinner.
Caleb. Oh, that's right. He said that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just very upsetting. I don't know if I should call PETA. I don't know if I should call the police.
Yeah, you should call somebody to try to bring his reputation down a little bit.
I mean,
because
now
why?
he's on too high of a perch. He thinks he can
Yeah,
just
dude.
shit talk Mood Dang. Mood Dang predicted the motherfucking election. You guys didn't want to listen, and Mood Dang showed everybody. People were throwing water bottles at Mood Dang. Like, please.
For what? Yeah.
For what? For what?
Mood Dang doesn't know.
Some people can't handle the truth.
Are you nice? Callback City. Let's go. Are you worried Caleb's letting all this newfound fame go to his head?
I make sure he does.
You keep him checked. You keep him
Gotta
down,
keep him in
down
check.
to earth.
Please. Make him do the dishes.
Do you guys have a chore wheel, or you just kind of go?
No, I just kick him. And
just-
do the dishes.
Fucking
Well, because before it was an even playing field, but you gotta make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it, dude. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It was an absolute pleasure to have you, and hopefully we'll be in touch very soon.
We'll
for
be in
some more
Mexico
creative
very
jam.
shortly.
I'm literally there. So that'll be great. Would you mind maybe unbinding me?
Absolutely. This will be a great way to end. And then will you just freeze like Nardwuar? and then just end it?
freeze while the theme song plays.
I don't know if this is gonna happen.
I have to wear them for
You might need a USB-C next time instead of a USB-B. Oh boy.
There we go.
I did a good job.
Dude,
This
you
was like
found
some
me
50
well.
Shades of Grey shit.
I literally was like trying to get out of him at one point and was like, oh, I'm bound.
I think this is just got to stick with the bit
I
here.
think I'm bound. All right. Keep on rocking in the free world. Do.
Do.